I'm gonna probably fucking butcher what I'm about to say, but he's in a crump fam, and by
sounds so
sniper,
old.
I guess. I don't know. I'm like, these young'uns have their Are you alright, mate? Yeah. Oh fucking hell! I'm trying to explain fams here.
Have nuance in your movement, Sophia.
And the lights went off. And the lights went out. That's annoying. Can you check how it looks on the camera? All right, we're gonna have to start again.
All right.
Are they on a timer?
Yeah. Now I can't see how it. Why does nothing on this podcast ever go right?
Have you not got more than one light?
No. I'm gonna buy some more, but no.
Right, okay.
I didn't think I'd need them because I thought the ceiling would have lights. Maybe just leave all of this
It's
in.
going to happen every thing or so. So we just need to do this when it does.
Let's see. Sophia, can you do it if it happens? Just stand
Yeah,
up.
we'll do it.
Fucking hell. Might just leave all this in.
Absolutely, you have to, man. This is the fun bit, because like when we're in a big studio and you got people, you got runners, and you got different international guests. You got Kim Jong-un in the building. It's all plush. It's going to look way better.
That's true. That is true.
Contrast.
Fucking hell. All right. Well, hi guys. Welcome to the capsule. I don't know how much of this has been left in, but we're having the odd technical difficulty here and there. We've moved rooms because we almost died of heat exhaustion in the last room. It's a bit better in this room, to be honest.
Yeah.
Shout out to East London Dance for having many beautiful rooms for us to choose from. They are supporting us with this run of the podcast, if you don't know already. We're here at the Talent House, which is on Sugar House Island in East London. And yeah, they're hosting us for the next they've been hosting us for a few weeks, and they're hosting us still for the next few weeks. We will be back in our new crib at some point in September. How's everyone doing today? Tali is coming, but she's not here yet. She will be coming in soon. There's hair on the microphone. What's that from? Riveting podcasting here. Been working on it.
It's going amazing.
How's it going, mate? You all right?
Yeah, it's really good. I'm doing a giveaway.
Oh, tell us.
Yeah. So
Give it.
there you go.
Whoa! What is it?
It's my art.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to give it to you because I want to give it to someone
what?
else, right?
Wait, so I can't enter?
You can. You just won't win. Or if you do win, I'll pick someone else.
It's fixed.
Right? So, because it's all going to be random. Basically, yeah, I'm doing an art giveaway. So everyone has been really supportive of me in doing my art. Obviously, from the dance scene, from outside the dance scene, from online. I recently got 30,000 followers on my TikTok, and I really like that number. So I thought I would just give away some art for it. So
Sick.
I'm gonna post that little video tonight. When's this coming out? Tomorrow?
Yeah, fingers crossed.
So I would have already posted it out. Check my socials, my TikTok and Instagram.
Are you posting it today?
Yeah, I'm gonna post it.
Oh, it
tonight.
definitely won't be out by today.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so you're gonna see it. Go to my socials and you'll see it. Can you put the socials on screen? Thanks. Oh, there they are. Oh, whoa.
Mate, I'm just not gonna do it. Yeah, I would. Yeah, I would.
Thanks. Yeah, so I figured I'm gonna do a giveaway.
Do you want to say it for people that are just listening? Because
What?
they might be on their phone listening, and they might just want to type it in real quick. Just say what.
Oh,
the
my social.
are.
Sorry, yeah, my socials. It's just my name, Lee Putman, LeePutman on TikTok and Instagram. You'll see the latest video on both of those is just saying that I made it to 30,000. I'm bare happy, and I want to give away a free piece of art. You don't have to do anything like share any of my stuff or whatever, or follow my page or tell me your middle name or whatever. Like, just all you have to do is just tell me which of the 5 works that I've shown you want, and I'm gonna just give you one of them at the end of the month.
Go.
Yeah, so I'll pick the winner on the 8th of September. I'll actually send the print out on the 30th. I want to test some prints first. So yeah, whoever wins gets a free piece of art, just to say thanks.
That's sick.
Yeah,
But I can't have one.
you can. I just won't. I won't let you win. Like I said, even if you enter and it turns out that you win, I'll do a little one of them automated pick a winner thingies.
Yeah, and you're gonna redo it until I don't win.
Yeah, and if you keep winning, I'll say what's happening.
Well, I feel like this is very unfair. What if I buy all the raffle tickets?
There aren't any to buy. It's free.
Oh.
You don't even need to follow me.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Can I unfollow you and still win?
Yeah, you don't, I mean, if you are, technically you can. You just won't get any art.
But can I have a piece of art?
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Podcast. How are you, Sophia?
I'm great.
Lovely. I can't hear how loud you're speaking into the
sorry.
mic, but I know it's not loud enough.
Sorry, I'm gonna have to speak loud. Yeah, I'm doing fine, thank you.
Said it at the same volume.
Yeah. It's like,
Listen, I'm trying my best here, okay?
yeah, these lights are. This happened before at ELD. No, we are at ELD at the University of East London. Just
bless
stand up
Sophia.
on the sofa.
Every 4 minutes, you're going to have to stand up to turn the lights back on. Oh, wait, if you can't. Oh, no.
There we go.
Okay.
Lights are on and off, guys.
Showtime.
One day we'll have a dedicated studio and everything will be fine.
Oh, Schultz talked about it on Flagrant, said hot space. If you need to record anything or do anything.
Is it
like
Hot Space? Is it Hot? Oh, because he was at the what was the name of his Fiction Studios? Yeah, but Hot Space is for like rent. Yeah, but I can't afford to rent studios. But if you go to the link in the bio and donate to the capsule, and millions of you do it, then we'll be able to record at a professional studio. Yeah, have you been doing? Those are nice shoes. Are they
thank you.
They're not the Stussy one, are they?
No. I can't remember the name.
Stussy have a have a version of those that are very nice.
They're really nice.
What have you been up to? Oh, you entered was it your first battle that you entered?
Yeah. I
You
mean,
entered
in
your
the
first
UK.
battle? In the UK. Oh, yeah. She's been international.
All right, gangster.
Killing
How'd
the
it go?
game.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wasn't as stressed as I thought I would be, which is good, I guess.
Yeah. Of course it's good. How could that be bad?
Yeah. Just a bit of stress with the music.
Yeah.
Because the whole point of Culture Crossover was to dance on UK drill and garage. So
Oh, it's cultural crossover.
yeah,
And you weren't dancing on UK garage? Or
I've never like
Even
trained
listened
or
to
anything like that. I mean, I like obviously I've listened to it a little bit, but it's not like something I'm familiar with. So yeah, but
Yeah.
it was cool. Bit of stress at the beginning, but just breathed in. The middle of my round, I was like, okay, I need to breathe right now, and
Yeah, she did actually a very good thing, I thought. As someone that has been in that situation before, basically she like started and would kind of just like go in, or not on autopilot, but kind of just going. And then the song was a bit weird and going all, and she like I physically saw her like stop, go, and then just start hitting on the two and just build from there. And I was like, that's exactly what you're supposed to do when the song is hard to grasp. It's like, chill, go back, find your rhythm in the song and then build from there. And I was like, that's a great like reflex to have.
I agree. That's brilliant. Well done.
thank you.
That's really impressive because like the maturity to be able to understand, to be able to do that in a pressured environment.
Yeah.
It's very good.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you, as I said to her as well, but it wasn't the highest pressure situation I've been in, but it definitely wasn't a low pressure situation because it was like cypher prelims and everybody was like standing up like in a kind of crowded thing. And it was a bit, especially because it's like UK drill and stuff in a UK London event. It's like, it was a bit like rowdy. Like everyone's like there wasn't like a circle, everyone's just kind of standing still waiting for you to, it was a bit like one of those hype ones, which was great, but especially for someone that's never fucking entered a battle before or like hasn't entered a lot, to go into that and be able to like chill in that zone is like, I think you could see it as equal. So the idea of like a rowdy cypher prelim, or the idea of like doing a prelim by yourself on a big stage, like where you have to do an entire round, they're both kind of equally pressured in different ways, I guess.
Yeah.
Because you haven't got a whole audience sitting down watching you in something like Culture Crossover, but in the stage one, you don't have people around you like making you feel like, get on with it, let's go, which is kind of the thing with Cypher. It's like you feel the pressure to be like, come on, finish your round so I can go in, which makes you want to just rush through your round if you're not used to it. Or if you don't like, because sometimes there's like for me anyway, like there's a joy in negating that energy. So it's like you're all going in and everyone's kind of like, oh, one after another, quick. And I'm like, I'm gonna make everyone chill out and I'm gonna take my time and you're gonna stand there and you're gonna watch me. Like, and it's like kind of nice to negate that. Oh, there she is. All right, mate.
What it do?
What a wonderful. Come on in, mate.
Yeah, cool.
Hi, team.
Tali's here. We have gone from like.
What's that?
Oh, what is that? You're the business.
Sorry,
It's
I just
not.
put my hand right in front of you. What's that?
It's a bit beneath us is strong, but
Wow.
we're past this point. But
Okay.
It's so interesting to read.
Title of the book is You Are the Business. Or You the Business.
You're the business.
How to build a
Hello, mate.
successful career
This
when you
is
strike
wonderful.
out
I love that.
alone.
What?
This entrance.
Grace.
Yeah, that's great.
Thanks.
I don't know. We have to give marks out of 10 between Dylan's exit to the toilet and your entrance.
Oh yeah.
His
I'd
was a
say
bit
he
more
won.
dramatic.
Yeah, he did.
All right, so now we have to say which is more dramatic, Dylan's exit to the toilet or his love for Paradox.
Oh, I love it so much. It's been so good. It was the calendar one for me.
Have you seen Dylan's Insta?
He needs.
No.
I hope it's a highlight. He needs to make it a highlight.
Of it,
on his
yeah.
Insta.
Because he put like after he was at Summer Dance and then he put like he put there like
Thank
like, oh, this was amazing, blah blah blah, like all
Oh,
stuff
God,
about
oh,
Paradox. And then he put like, you know, he's at the airport and he's like this, and he's like still thinking about Paradox. And then I think he got home, put something else, and then he put a picture of his like weekly calendar, and it said like Monday, think about Paradox. And then he put like choosing girls and boys names or something for kids, and it was like Paradoxa or something. Yeah, look. Baby name ideas, boy,
This
Paradox,
guy's
girl,
hilarious.
Paradoxa.
He is very funny.
Yeah, it was
That's
great.
really
He needs
funny.
to make it a highlight, like for
Jesus.
real.
That is funny. I wonder if he
Tell him right
knows
now.
Paradox personally.
He does.
Oh, okay, that's
I
a bit
thought
better.
he didn't. That's what.
That's
like,
even funnier if he doesn't know him.
No, he does. He's bringing him here actually because he's
Oh, true, he
doing
is.
his
so funny if you don't know the person.
Sorry, we're doing headphoneless today
just for like air.
because Luke forgot his headphones.
Ah, fair enough.
So I decided everyone's
Almost as
going.
bad as driving towards your old home. That's fun.
Imagine if I did that.
Oosh.
Got to be in line with the feet.
This has become the mantra of the pod.
What's
you
that
go.
from? Oh, I thought you made that up. What's that from?
No, the in line with the feet.
What do you mean?
Like,
But come on, you don't know in line with the feet.
Yeah.
the arm has to
Everyone
be
knows in line with the feet.
in like that, and like basically when we started one pod, Abe was like, it kept falling, and I was like, it's got to be in line with the foot. It's like, it's got to be in line with the foot. It's got to be in line with the foot. I'm Luke. And since then, everyone keeps doing it.
Brilliant.
Yes.
Context.
That looks like it's going to record nothing. Wait,
Really?
can you hear her?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
It's like pointing at the ceiling. I don't know why there's a little fluff on it, but hello. You can come in. Don't worry. Don't mind us, guys. It's all good.
Hello. Hi.
Don't worry. Honestly,
Oh.
you can listen in.
No, they've got things to do. It's not about them hearing.
Ah,
You can
the
listen
best, thank
to
you.
us. No, they need to talk to each other.
what? So we're going to disturb them?
Yes, they
Yes.
came in to speak and do things, and we're here.
How very
You're like,
self-centered
You
of
can
me."
stay and listen. I don't want to stay and listen.
We're very interesting. What do you mean?
What have I walked in on? What was happening?
Sophia entered her first battle.
Oi, oi.
Smoked
Not
it.
even first battle in the UK. Sorry, I keep saying it's the first one.
Which?
I did culture crossover this weekend.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How was it?
Yeah, I just did prelims. Didn't go for everything.
Excessive gymnastics.
Obviously.
I'm in a very different mood to last week.
I like it.
I have an assistant. Everything's changed.
You have an assistant.
Yes.
Since when?
She
Last
told us last week.
She told us last week.
That I was going to get one.
Oh,
'cause
that you
I
were
was
gonna get one, yeah,
overwhelmed
but
and
you didn't
close
have
to
one.
tears at all times.
Oh, you have one now.
I have one now.
Who is it?
Anyway, doesn't matter. Anyway,
Oh, what?
culture crossover.
Yeah. It was really, really nice.
Doesn't matter. Sorry.
Done that.
You entered too, didn't you?
I did.
How well did
enter.
you do? Did you win?
So, Tali, how was your week? No. I didn't. Well, they had to pick 4 from each cipher.
Cypher's everyone's favourite.
Yeah, everyone's favorite. These weren't too bad actually, because they did a decent thing, which was the first round everybody has to go in, and then once everybody's gone in once, then it's a free for all. So at least everybody gets to go, which is I thought was nice.
Yeah.
But I was not good enough in that to be convincing to get through in the top 4. So then me and Kane had to battle to get into the top 16, which I promptly lost. And then, me and Lauren Scott did the 2v2 and lost first round as well. So sorry,
Who'd
Lauren.
you lose to?
Ice and G-Man. Although, to be fair,
They won the battle.
they won the whole thing.
Yeah.
And
The whole battle.
Yeah.
I thought you meant that one.
Yeah, we obviously.
That's for you, by the way. The war.
Thank you.
No, to be fair, they beat us, and it was like they did some fucking good rounds, and then they won the whole battle. So I wasn't mad at that. And yeah, I mean the event was pretty good. I have to say we were kind of talking about it on the phone, and then we stopped ourselves because we were like, we have an entire podcast to do on Wednesday, so let's save this.
Oh, yeah, what were we saying? What were we gonna say?
Well, all right. So here's my
Hot take.
hot take. I don't know if you can find the button.
hot potato,
Woo! Lights are off again.
Is
This
it?
happens.
This one.
hot potato.
I can't hear it.
Oh, you can't hear it, but
I
I
don't
heard
know.
it. It was fun.
They just turn themselves off when they turn themselves
When they're
off.
over
but
it.
Whatever. Sophia's on light duty.
Right, duty.
Duty. So there we go. And we're back.
Hot potato. Hot potato.
Here's my hot take
go
on culture crossover. It has the potential to be one of the best events that we have maybe ever had
What?
in the UK. Now, not to say that it is, but it has the potential to be, because it has a very unique concept in the sense that, well, okay, it's like mixed in with criticism. So it has a very unique concept in the sense that they dance to like only UK garage, drill, and grime stuff, right? In the one-on-ones. The thing they did also, and I think they've done this with the other editions, because I think this is maybe the 4th edition or something, but in the 2-on-2s, they do a theme, and this edition, the theme was like 90s music, right? And Lewis DJ'd. In all fairness, he did a great job. I loved a lot of the music, and it was like fun to dance on the 90s music. However, I don't think the event needs those themes, because I think the concept of the UK based stuff at an event in Peckham is like so culturally unique that if it was me, I would just keep the whole event as that thing and never change it, and obviously work on the event, but that's your like USP. Like no one else has that. And because go on.
Carry on. No, sorry, carry on. I'm just ad-libbing. Because
it's an all-stars event, I think you have the potential with something like that to build almost like a new cultural movement in a way, if you were like that way inclined, like in the way that grime and stuff like that comes from rap, let's say, and it was in the same format in the sense that you're rhyming on music, but because they changed up the entire format of rap for this thing, and it was like mixed in with like being at like garage raves and this type of thing, and it was mixed in with like hyping up the crowd and blah blah blah, you get this kind of offshoot that then becomes grime culture. So I felt like that when I was at culture crossover, that I'm like, right, you're at an event where we're used to the kind of American way of executing these dances, right? And fair play if we're doing a popping battle or a locking battle, which are these American dances, but if you then take this battle format, which is like the I guess the breaking format, but then you put it on all UK music and you just say this is an all-stars battle, you're kind of giving a seed for something to grow out of that, and for us to kind of develop, because all these things now that are like, and I think we are doing well as a country in the sense of having some sort of recognizable style in like popping and hip hop and stuff, and it's starting to grow that you're like, oh, you look like a UK breaker, or you look like a UK hip hop dancer or a popper, right? But I think take away the restriction to be a popper or a hip hop dancer and just be like a UK dancer, you start to be able to bring in these other elements that don't quite fit in the box of popping or hip hop or whatever, but maybe are like present in other cultural, I don't know, UK type things, or maybe there's some certain things from like grime or garage culture that when given the freedom to dance with those things, you can include them and they start to become our foundations or whatever. And you have a potential seed to like build something. It's like if you keep up with like the current UK music and always play the good music and then just allow people to dance how they dance. Obviously this is at odds with the whole judging thing, because then you just can't really judge it fairly, because it's, you know, if you're allowing it to just people do what the fuck they want. But in that way, it's like you could have a little like mixing pot that it's like, if something new is going to grow, it's going to grow from something like that. And I think the other side that I liked about Culture Crossover and why I see it as having a big potential is that it's one of the only dance events that I see, especially in the UK, that is like, has also the potential to draw in a music crowd. Because in most dance events, we love the music because we love to dance to it, right? But the normal person, if they go to a battle, they might love like b-boys flipping or stuff like that, but they're not there to enjoy the music. And that's one of the hugest parts of the event is like, there's this music blasting for 8-9 hours in a day, right? And
especially if you can't see much.
Exactly. If you can't see and if you're uncomfortable or whatever, then you could turn it into a thing where, all right, well, if you can't see and you're not watching the dances, you can still fucking enjoy what's playing and have a great time. And I think you start to get this potential for, if you've got DJs that really know what they're talking about, and I think Lewis did a great job, but if you've got DJs that really know what they're talking about every time and they bring this current like mix of UK music, you're gonna start getting people who just like UK music going there. And even more if it's not like, oh, we're going there to see dancers that are amazing and we'll tolerate the music, which sometimes I feel at battles is like, I'm here to see this amazing dancer and I'm tolerating the music in order to see them. But it's like, I'm going there to listen to amazing music and there's people dancing to it, like that's even better, you know? So I think if you have that and keep that as the strong selling point, and it's at Peckham level, so it's like a very London UK type event, it could become like a cultural like center point for us as dancers. And you know, you're going to get people that, and I kind of saw that with the battles where there was people that aren't from here. Actually, the guy that won the solos wasn't from the UK, so he did really well to win, but you could see he wasn't like connecting with the music, and he's a great dancer but wasn't connecting with the music in the same way some of the other dancers were. And even the people that he beat, like they didn't know the words, you know, like he didn't know necessarily like, he looked like more of a seasoned battler than someone who knew the music, you know what I mean? Like he knew how to compensate for not really knowing a song and did a great job. But some of the other dancers, like, oh, you're really connecting with this song and you know it and you dance well to it. So yeah, I think, like I was saying, you could lose the audience of international dancers, and I think you will. Like I think there'll be a dip where if Culture Crossover keeps going, they'll lose this international audience, right? Because people will come from other countries and they'll be like, what the fuck is going on? And then I think it'll grow even bigger than before, because now it's not like, let's say Sofia, oh, I'm coming to a battle to just battle, and I'm like, oh, there was this unfamiliar music. In what
is that how you'd say it?
Yeah. What's this unfamiliar music? But in a few years' time, if it's like big and solidified, and that if they really lean into that selling point, you'll start to go, oh, I guess this is maybe a shitty example, but like going to Jamaica to see like dancehall raves and being like, oh, that's like the place where that country's culture originates and builds. So it's like, let's say if you love UK dancers and you're like, oh, I love this stuff, you go to like a London grime UK drill event and see it in its element, and that's where all the all the stuff is bred, I guess, you know, like all the new shit that we might take out into popping or breaking, but it's like it could be born in an environment like that. So then it starts to become like a cultural experience. Where you're going there, if you're from another country, you're like, oh, I want to go see what it's really like in London, or how UK dancers really like their core thing. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But yeah, this is, I mean, again, it's like, it completely depends on the event organizers and how they want to go about growing it.
Who are the event organizers?
Gilly and a guy called Sam.
Oh, Gilly's actually, it's his event.
Yeah.
I thought he just hosted it.
I'm pretty sure it's his event, yeah.
And was it created initially, do you know, just for the reality show?
I don't have any
reality show.
Yes.
Yeah, it was on what was it called?
Peckham's Finest.
Peckham's Finest, which was like a black version of Towie. Of all things we want to be represented and included in, we don't need our own structured reality show. Thank you. But was it? I didn't know if the event was created just for that or if it was happening anyway, and they wanted to film it because Jilly was on the show.
I have
Jilly's on the show.
Jilly was on the show.
There's a lot of people. Omni was on it, I think. Some other people.
What? Really?
I think so.
But like at Culture Crossover, not as a character in the show.
I think it was. I don't know. I could be talking shit. I think I saw him.
Intéressant.
I might be wrong.
What did you just say? What's
Interesting.
That? Oh, right. I thought it was Arabic.
I don't have any
Intel,
but I think it was created for the show.
Then good on them for
Is it?
seeing a good thing and keeping it going.
Yeah, because the
I think
first
it was
edition was
created
part
for the
of
show.
the show.
Yeah.
What's interesting about that, I think, to your point, is that I was going to say maybe it's one of those situations where someone creates something and accidentally stumbles across a bit of a gold mine. And that may be what they've just done is that they've created something that is going to be palatable for TV.
Yeah.
And it just happens to be the thing that the dance scene needs, which is things that are palatable for a wider audience.
Yeah, yeah.
That remain true to the culture. And because the show is about Peckham's Finest, or it's, like obviously these reality shows are like you said, they've got their character base, so it's not the actual reality that they make it out to be. But if we're trying to highlight parts of the culture and make it palatable, then they may have just stumbled across something, and then maybe they need that bit of obviously I haven't been to the event, so I don't know how it goes, so I'm not going to comment on it, but perhaps they need that bit of realization to say, yo, you've actually got something here that's worth utilizing and growing and expanding.
Yeah.
Toffee!
Tofifi.
Yeah.
I do know it's called Tofifi.
Yeah, I knew. Do you know?
Is he?
Tofifi.
It's called Tofifi.
That is ridiculous.
Absolutely
Not
ridiculous.
Toffee, it's Tofifi.
Tofifi. Are they actually
Yeah.
called Tofifis?
Yeah,
Yes.
that's the name of the brand of the
Imagine you do it with everything for fudge.
Have you seen that brand that's
Yeah,
like
outrageous.
it's like called No Name Brand, and it's just all their products are just named bottle of water. Like
No.
it's brilliant
Fudge is wrong though.
for fudge.
For fudge.
For fudge.
For fudge.
Fifi.
Fudge.
Fudge judge.
Fudge.
Fudge. I don't know, but
Sounds
it's
filthy.
wrong. It's not the same.
Sounds filthy.
Fudge
And
judge.
then I've got another question.
Tell me then.
In the spirit of like all styles, does that mean all styles or like the styles? What's the general gist with this event?
This event they just bill it as literally just just open
Like whatevs.
dance. Yeah.
Come as you
Open.
are vibes.
Yeah.
Open.
And I think it was, yeah. I think the danger with
Danger Mouse.
like, especially say with the themes, is that you tend to,
Yeah, sorry, you don't like the themes.
no, I don't like the themes.
Even like with Throwdown, you remember they had themes and they were really good.
Yeah, but Throwdown wasn't built around it. It was like they had, when you say Throwdown themes, what do you mean?
Like either it'd be different types of battles, so it'd be either like different styles or different concepts, so like Seven to Smoke, 2 and 2 3 4, whatever. And then they'd do fun stuff like Halloween or this type of music or whatever.
Yeah. No, that I didn't mind so much. Funnily enough, like, which I don't know that, well, Jilly might know, but like, I mean this as a very high compliment, and I wouldn't say this if I didn't, but it did have a touch of Throwdown vibes, this place.
Which is the highest compliment.
Which is like
Yeah.
a sacred, a sacred
Yeah, when
reference.
you said about potential to be the best, that's straight away Throwdown is what
Yeah.
came to mind.
Yeah, and that's what I mean is like Throwdown was never the hugest event
No.
that we've ever had, but it was one of the best events we've ever had for what it did for the scene and
Yeah, for its purpose, it was perfect.
yeah,
Absolutely
exactly.
perfect.
Which is I think again is something that people should, or with anything, whether it's social media followers or whatever, or event attendees, or it doesn't need to be the biggest if it makes the most like change, or it makes, if you have like a core audience that it does something for. But yeah, I don't like the themes because I think it just takes away from the concept. Like we weren't, I think say with Throwdown, it's like every month it would be break-in plus a style, right? So it's like break-in 2-on-2, pop-in 1-on-1, break-in 1-on-1, hip-hop 2-on-2, whatever. And then as a third thing, they'd have the track from the hat, or once, they'd have Halloween, Christmas edition or whatever, which is fine. But I think to have every single event, you have a 1-on-1 on the drill music, and then the 2-on-2 is something different, is like, it's not that like there's not enough going on that we need a break from that stuff. It's like I still wanted to dance to the UK stuff, and then it's almost like when they switch back and forth, it's like the 1-on-1s, and you're like getting into the music, and then they switch to the 2-on-2s, and then a 90s song comes, and you're like, oh yeah, it's the
They didn't run it in the order. Okay, cool.
like they did it, but you know how sometimes in a battle they go to the finals or the semis, and then they go.
Yeah. That's something that I don't prefer anyway. But that's not a critique on them. I
Yeah.
just don't like that format.
Well, I think it's good if you're in the semis because you need a break before you go straight to the finals.
I don't know.
No, you'd prefer to like if you won your semi, and then you had to be like you don't go straight, stay on and do the finals.
Yeah, that's why I prefer Seven to Smokes.
Fair.
I just like I don't like having that much of a break, especially when. Because in that environment, you don't really get to have a break, right? Because you have to be aware that you're going to be on again
you can't
soon,
go for
right?
a coffee.
So if it's the quarters or semis or finals or whenever you have a break, you understand that to actually have a break, you need to leave the venue.
Yeah,
because there isn't
yeah.
the space in the venue to not hear the music.
Yeah.
So what you're doing then is you're going outside, but you're always tense because you're like, all right, when do I have to go back in? If you're someone that cares, some people get super high and they don't care.
Yeah.
But like you're
And if
tense
it's cold, you get cold.
Exactly, right? So you want to stay warm, but you want to stay warm, maybe move a little bit, but to do that, you have to do it to music that you're not familiar with. And especially when the styles contrast so much, if you've got like a lock-in and then a break-in or hip-hop and pop-in or whatever, it's so not the thing that you're used to that you're just kind of getting cold in a place that you're like, you don't really want to listen to the music to.
Yeah,
And then you're taught to just go straight back in. I'd
Yeah.
rather just take a minute breath between battles, or like if it's a
5-minute break and then go straight back in or something.
not even that, just like they go first next round.
Yeah, oh right, fair, yeah.
Like whoever.
Yeah, whoever did the first semi, you do. So someone does a semi, you do your semi, then you guys both win. But the person who went before you had your battle to rest, so they go first. Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah,
That's my preference.
Nice.
I like that. I think we do need some concrete way of deciding who goes first. I don't mind the
God.
bottle spinning thing. I just
Go first, innit?
At World Breaking Classic, it was so annoying.
was it.
Can I speak on this?
Yo, you can speak on anything you want.
Thanks very much. It's very annoying. It's cool sometimes. Sometimes it's cool when the context allows for it, right? So when there are two dancers that we all really want to watch dance, whether it be because their level's really high, they've got a rivalry going on between them, or they've been doing really well in the competition, and we want to see something happening, right? But a lot of the time, let's face it, we don't want to wait. We just want to dance, right? And a lot of the time, let's also face it, you don't know why you're waiting to go second. Like let's be real, right? Right?
Without me getting started.
Wait, I want to finish.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry. It's that B-boys did it back in the day, or even maybe still do it for a couple of reasons. One, the judging was terrible, right? So they understood that if you went second, you'd be the most memorable because you were just the last up, right? And on top of that, B-boys work on sets. So what that means is that when they see you go first, they know what sets to use and what moves to use and to not waste or to get through the next round. With upstyle dancers, we respond to the music and we have longer sets. So instead of doing 20, 30-second rounds, we do a minute round, right? Or more. And most of it is freestyle. So you can just do whatever it is that you want, right? Which means that if you go first, with the context of a battle meaning that you're engaging with the person opposite you, it means that you get to dictate the terms of the battle. So if you go first, you get to set the pace and you say, you have to respond to X, Y, and Z that I'm going to do. It's really useful to be able to go first. It's really useful. If I go in and I'm battling you, I'm like, all right, cool. Especially if I know what he's good and bad at, I can say, cool, I'll just do what he's bad at. And he has to respond to that. And if I do it really well, and then I do a little thing at the end, like, oh, I bet you're going to do this or whatever.
Hey, that was actually truthful.
Friendly fire. I got in battle mode. I don't know what happened. But
No, you're right.
it's like there are so many advantages to that, and especially now that we have better judging systems and better judges, and we're always critiquing that stuff, we know that we can account for biases like, oh, I recently saw that person dance, so they're more familiar with me. It's like we know what we're looking for. Like it's just, I don't know. For me, it's starting to increase my. I don't know if this is with anyone else, and this is how other people are discerning it. But for me, it just increasingly shows the lack of maturity in people's awareness in those environments when they just go second for no reason. Like I saw it at what's it called, at Firehouse's battle.
Yeah.
And they're waiting, and they asked like Roxy and Dixon were saying, well, why are you going second or whatever? And one dancer said, oh, because it shows that he respects me.
What?
That was
Wait,
the answer.
why do you what?
Why
Hold on.
do you want to go second? And that dancer said, "Oh, it's because if I go second and they go before me, it shows me that they respect
Well,
me."
because they like cowered and went first.
Yeah, for me, just knowing my head, like if like, and I can't wait to have battle again, man. It's just like whenever someone did that, right? I like if someone, especially if someone said that to me, I'm like, I will happily go first, and just know I have no respect for you.
Yeah.
I just want you to know.
I'm not doing this out of respect.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
doing
yeah.
this because I want to get on with the next
Yeah,
round.
yeah. It's like, and it's like all I could think was, man, you have no clue why you're going. And it's just, not to,
Slanging your dick about.
yeah, just a little bit.
And I think this is my issue with a lot of
Hunger.
like battle tactic stuff. That people learn battle tactic, and I try every fucking time I do this structure workshop, I always like try not to talk about it, and then I end up fucking giving a speech about battle tactics. But it's like people just learn how to battle from what they fucking see on YouTube, and it's like, oh, you've seen b-boys doing this, slapping the floor and trying to go second, so you just do all that stuff and you don't really know what the fuck it means. Like talking, like, and I always use you as an example of this, but like talking about battle tactics in general, like shouting loudly at someone while they're dancing or distracting them and being loud and big is not the only way to battle, right?
Nor is it a good way.
Or nor is it a good way. Sometimes it can be, but
Sometimes.
put it this way. This is what I always say to people. The point of battle tactics is the same idea as like trash talk in basketball or potentially like the press conferences in like UFC or boxing.
Yeah.
Where it's like the idea is to get in your head so you're no longer thinking about being excellent at the thing that you can do.
Yes.
That is the bottom line of
Say that
battle
again.
tactics. You're trying to get in someone's head so that you're more focused on something else as opposed to being excellent at the thing that you can do.
Brilliant.
So if and you've been a great example of this, and I think like being around you and Mus like gave me another way to think about this from the beginning, right? Because the idea, let's say in boxing, is like if and not that I know fucking anything about boxing, but if we're in a boxing match and you get angry and you're trying to hit me because you're angry, you're no longer being strategic and thinking as an excellent boxer. You're just like, I want to take his head off. And if I'm thinking clearly, it means I can counter that or whatever. Yeah. Not me, because I can't counter shit. But say in battles, right? I've seen people get called a biter, right, in the middle of their round, and we've seen this all. And this is such a beginner thing to do, but it's like someone does this, and then they like copy the round and try and make a concept out of it because it's the first like clever thing you think of when you're a beginner. Is like, oh, biter. Well, watch this, and it's like what you've immediately done is forgotten everything you were trying to do, and like you said about someone dictating the round, the person dictating the round hasn't even fucking battled. They're just on the side telling you what to do. So it's like if you, and I like, you know, I had a conversation about this with someone, but what?
Let's make it Sofia.
Oh, but someone said about like getting pissed at people if they call them a biter, and I was like, well, I'll call someone a biter even if they didn't bite shit. Because it's like...
I did that so much.
Yeah, it's like, if you're distracted, I win. That's it. Like, if I point at something over there and you look, or if I say your shoe's untied and you look and it's not untied, there's no rules. It's like, well, he called me a biter, and actually by section C class the thing, I didn't bite, so then therefore he loses. It's like, no, I can just say whatever I want, and as long as you're not thinking about your round, I have an advantage. So you used to do stuff where you would have a massive smile on your face, and then when someone got close to you, lean in and say something fucking horrible.
It was hilarious.
Or not something horrible, but just something to distract. Like
it was hilarious. I would always do it.
And it works because it's like...
It was the best, man.
Like, I think he will not say who it was, but he battled someone and they kind of slipped but covered it up. And then as they carried on popping, he just goes, saw that. And just stuff like that where it's like... Or like him and Mus used to do stuff. Obviously, we were a lot younger and a lot rowdier, but it's like someone would do like their big move, their blow up or something, and they would just burst out laughing.
Oh my goodness me!
Just like even if it wasn't like, even if the crowd kind of like, ooh, they would laugh because it's like, how disheartening is it that your opponent finds your best move funny, let alone like not impressive? But it's like these,
you were bare serious, and someone just laughed in your face.
But these are the type of things that I think is like go unnoticed in terms of battle tactics, because it's like it doesn't matter that like if you're shouting at me, it's like you really care about this battle, like you're really trying. But if you don't watch or you're doing something else, it's like imagine you're battling someone and then they start texting. Like how fucking rude would that be? And it's like that's way better battle tactic than calling me a biter. If you go on your phone while you're waiting for me to battle, it's like I would be so put off my round. And it's like you can do that by, you know, people that are like, let's say, really like focused on their round. You can see it in their eyes that they're really concentrating on what they do. All I have to do sometimes is just catch eye contact with them. Is I just like do this, and then when they look at me and I like smile and go, all right. And then it's like they're no longer able to stay inside their zone because they've made eye contact with me. And that's all it takes. It's like you're out of your head, you're out of what you were thinking, and you forget it. But yeah, I think it's like learning this shit on YouTube. It's like you're just copying what people are doing, expecting that that's going to help you win battles. And it's like none of it does. In reality, none of it does. And yeah, it's just a really, like you said, immature way of looking at a competition.
Yeah, and you're right. I don't know what you guys think of this, but I feel like you can get this weird accidental reinforcement of those types of behaviors. So someone would do those things, they won't be effective in a battle at all. They'll win and they'll be like, I won because I did that.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you won because you were really good at dancing, not because you were like this or because you this or because you started screaming at my mum or some shit.
Yeah. It's like if you think about a debate, it's like what's the most effective way to win a debate or an argument or whatever? It's not to shout over me while I'm talking. Like the more intelligent, the less intelligent you are, the more you shout over each other and just be like, no, shut up, it's this actually. But the smarter people, they wait for you to finish, like, okay, cool. What do you mean by that? You mean, okay, interesting, cool, thanks. Are you done? Cool. Now, and then they destroy your argument, which is what you should do as a battler, is like, well, yeah, mostly is like you should just let the person fucking do their round and be better than them, first of all. If you can't, I'm not against the use of battle tactics. I've been in battles where most of the time I don't care, and if I'm using battle like stuff, it's just to play the game. There was one battle where I was against someone in the finals, no, in the semis or something, and it was like a 500 quid prize and I needed some money. And I just like put them off, so, and they were really pissed at me after the battle. But
get that money.
It's like if you can distract someone or whatever, and I was like, oh, I might lose this one, so let me distract you so that you do a worse round. Then it's like, all right, that's part of the game.
Wait, when you say like, there's a slight disagreement there for me. Is like when you say like, oh, like, depending on the situation, then you can use battle tactics.
No, I think depending on the situation, I would use
okay. I was saying, because my difference would be like, I always use it.
Right, yeah.
And it's like, just those tactics are so varied, that unless there's like an agreement, say like this, I don't know, say like I'm battling breaks or someone, and I think I just want to test my skill set.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not going to use any tactics. I'm just going to sit down, quietly watch your round, and I'm going to go out and do mine. And I just want to see who they like more. Or who was better, sorry. And, but otherwise, yeah, there's like always using some kind of battle tactics. But it was debates that helped me develop that a lot. Like I used to watch religious debates for years, and it was like you'd learn all these different terms in debates. Like the first time I learned about ad hominem, like ad hominem is a term used for when you attack a person rather than an argument.
Yeah.
So you'll make fun of someone in like a battle context. That'd be like you make fun of someone for how they look or dress or whatever, rather than what it is that they're doing.
It's like, yeah, but my round was still better than yours.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like all these little terms you can learn and understand them and transfer them, because it is just you're debating in it.
Yeah. And I think, it is kind of a symptom of the dance world expanding, because you're not learning these stuff in real life, you're learning it through YouTube. But same with a lot of stuff, we're watching a lot of the battles through YouTube. Saying that, I watch Summer Dance on the live stream, so it's like
YouTube,
it is a understandable symptom, but it is something that people need to also like correct, is that like in real life these things don't help you at all, like shouting over each other's round, or like the one that drives me up the fucking wall is when people like copy what you're doing while you're dancing. So it's like you're doing waves and they're like, oh yeah, like this. It's like, it's just, what can I do? What are you doing? Like, this doesn't help you win. You're just annoying me. Which in full circle, it does help because it distracts me.
Yeah, I had to find a way around that one, because that was one of the few things that used to really wind me up. So I found a way of I just direct my energy away from them.
Yeah.
And it's like, but so you don't like YouTube dancers? Is that what you're saying? Yeah.
What? No. What?
What are you saying then?
I'm saying if you learn things from YouTube, you're
Yeah.
missing the context of it. You're just copying what the person's doing, not understanding why they're doing it.
What would you advise these people to do? So let's be solution based. What would you
Yes.
advise them to do? Because these people are still going to battles though.
Yes.
So what would you advise them to do when they're there?
Listen to this podcast every week.
On YouTube.
Yeah. Well done. I would advise you to think about, let's say battle tactics as the umbrella term for all this, right? Think about battle tactics as distracting someone away from thinking about how, like, you don't want someone to get in the zone. There's some dancers that is like, when they're in the zone and they're focused and they're on their shit, like, they're going to smoke you, right? If you can get someone out of the zone in whatever reason that is, and depending on what their zone is, if you can get someone out of that, you've got a better chance because they're distracted, they're not focused, and they're not on their shit, as long as you can stay in your zone. So there's some people, and I remember having this conversation with Dom and Lewis when they were young, because they would do this and they would just shout at people. And it's like, there's people that are going to, like, let's say if me and you are battling, right?
Yeah, go on.
And you've never seen me dance before.
Never.
And let's say I'm decent, for example.
All right.
But you don't know that. You're like, who the fuck is this guy? He looks shit.
Who's this guy? He's pretty
If
shit,
you go
maybe.
first, and I just say that, I'm like, I just look like an amateur, and I'm like, oh, cool, really nice round. You're going to kind of do, let's say, give it like 6 out of 10, because you're not going to want to waste stuff. You're not going to want to kill your energy. You're just like, let me just go and give it a go, right?
I wouldn't, but I get what you're saying.
But let's say, like, the average person, right?
Yeah, go on.
If you start dancing and I say, you're shit, what are you doing? You biter, blah, blah. You're going to go, oh, all right then, and turn it up to 10 and fucking take me out, right?
Mm-hmm.
In the first scenario where I don't say anything and I chill, I've got a better chance of winning already because you're assuming that I'm like not a threat. As soon as I make myself a threat and start riling you up, you're going to lift the standard of your dance, but just because you're annoyed, right? And a lot of dancers, and you also have to know who you're battling against, because some dancers dance way worse when they're annoyed and some dancers dance way better. So you have to know who you're pissing off, because if you're pissing off someone who's going to lose their shit and trip over because they tried something they haven't practiced, cool, piss them off. If it's someone like, for example, like Dixon or people like that who, or even someone like Nick or Brooke even, where it's like, if you piss them off, they're able to keep their composure and they're able to go hard. And actually someone like Dixon operates, I think, better when he's hyped up. So almost, let's say if I was battling Dixon, I think, I don't know that I'd still stand a chance anyway, but I would make him feel as relaxed as possible. I'd be like, oh, hey, thanks, man. I really appreciate it. Just like make it calm. Try not to rile the audience up. I would make it look like almost a boring battle because there's no energy to feed off. If you hype everyone up, yeah, everyone clap, yeah, screw you, blah, blah, let's go. The crowd gets hype, you get hype, he gets hype, and now he's on fire. Which is like, I think you have to figure out what that person's zone is and how to get them out of it. Mm-hmm. So yeah, like some people can't be talked to while they battle. I've seen Alpa do that all the time, or Brooke as well. You're quite good at that. It's like you can maintain a good round while having a fucking conversation. Some people can't. So it's like if you're dancing and I say to you, oh, your shoelace is untied, you would go, no, it's not, I've already looked, and carry on. And I'm like, shit. If I say your shoelace is untied, someone might stop dancing and go, what? And then go, no, it's not. But then in the middle of their round, it's like you've stopped dancing for an 8. Like you've lost, So it's like, I think is just figuring out what is the zone and taking the person out of it. And there's a million different ways to do that. It's like human psychology, but it's not always calling someone a biter or saying that they repeated something or slapping the floor. Also, if you're doing that for the judges and the audience, we know, like, what are you doing? Like, oh, you repeated that. Yeah, I'm also watching the same battle as you. Thanks. Like,
but would you, there's one thing I was going to say about that, but in response to the judge thing just now, would you not agree that we're still human and we still, even as a judge or an audience, we still get affected by things being made aware for us? We're having things being made aware of things. There we go.
Yep.
Oh, thanks.
We need the countdown symbol with that ding, ding.
Being made aware. Okay.
Yeah.
It helps, no?
Well, going back to your point on judging.
Go on.
Recently, it shouldn't, should it? A judge shouldn't be swayed by someone pointing these things out.
Shouldn't, but have you ever judged 400 people in a day?
Well, yeah.
Takes a lot out of you.
I mean, yeah, it's like, I don't know. I never try to be swayed by that stuff when I'm judging. It's like if someone says, oh, they repeated this, or oh, they... Because also it's like you can repeat something but make it look different. There's more ways than one to like do stuff. And also if you're going to call someone a biter, unless you're providing me with a YouTube video in the middle of the battle, how am I supposed to fact check that before I vote?
Well, there
Do
was
you know what I mean? It's like, oh, well, I'll take your fucking word on it, person that's competing against this person.
Oh, you're right.
Like,
No, you're right.
you
Like,
know what I mean?
but it's like, for example, let's say like there's a good example of this. So you ever seen? I think it was maybe Undisputed, maybe a different battle. There was a B-Boy Gravity versus B-Boy Lilu.
Okay.
Right, and obviously each judge is an academic, so they have to be aware of the all the moves that are being done by whatever people. So they're aware of stuff like this, right? However, Lilu did something and everyone loved it. Gravity said bite, right? But obviously your round is packed full of so many different things.
So
what is it
what
that the
is
person
it?
wants?
Yeah.
So beginning of Gravity's round or part of it, he did that exact move, got up, said bite again, and then carried on.
Right.
And that I thought was really effective in saying, cool. And he made it as part of his round as well. It was like,
Yeah.
cool. It was this move that you bit, and I want everyone to be aware of it. And it was, and I thought it was a really good.
Yeah,
tactic.
which I think is good for the battle. Again, like for getting in Lilu's head and for getting the audience on your side.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know that the judges should, unless they already knew that was a bite, because it's like you could just copy one of my moves and say it's, you know what I mean? Like, unless you're fact checking it in the moment, it's hard. But if you already know, if you're like, oh yeah, no, Gravity is right, I have seen that move before, it's someone else's.
Maybe, I do wonder what, in terms of communication or response, I wonder if that's a thing that you can actually reward someone for being aware of it and then saying like, oh, because you're being present in the moment, you're responding to that thing, and you're identifying that thing is something that we don't value in our system. So that could actually be a positive thing. But that was going to lead me into another question I was going to ask you. So how would someone enact those things that you're talking about, like in case of, or in the place of being aware of things or trying different things in the battle? How would you say that they could develop those skill sets?
In terms of like trying different types of battle tactics and stuff. I think battle more and just try to, like, I think, you know what I would start with?
Go on.
Is just responding to the round in front of you, because that's something we don't do in top styles.
What do you mean?
Battles in top styles a lot of times, and obviously my experience is primarily in the UK, but in general, I think what we do is you do a round, I'm going to do a round. It's like two showcases. You do a round, I'll do a round, and we'll see who the judges preferred, right?
Right.
Whereas what you were saying and what should, I think, happen more is the person that goes first does stuff and you respond to what that person did. Now, the response doesn't have to be super obvious, like you did waves, I'm going to only do waves. But it might be, and this is the way, I know for sure you battle, I know for sure it's the way I battle, and a few other people. But it's like, as someone's doing the round, you look at, what can I balance out here? And this is where I would start with battling, and in terms of developing into battle tactics is, right, lead it around. And as you're doing the round, and I'm going second, right, I'm watching you and I'm going, okay, he's doing a lot of waves. Are my waves better than him? Because I can either do the same thing better, or I can balance out something that he hasn't even paid attention to and let the judges decide which is weighted more, right?
Contrasting.
So, exactly. So either contrast or be better than you at the thing that you, so I don't contrast on purpose. So Lee's doing a round is, he did a few hits and then the majority of this is waves, right? This is a very wavy round. Do I think my waves are better than Lee? No. But did he go on the floor at all? No. Do I have a lot of floor work? Yes. So maybe I'm going to do a primarily floor work round and let the judges say, I think his floor work was stronger than his waves, blah, blah, blah. Or let's say Lee's going to do a certain, and it's up to you how you define, like break up the dance or figure it out. So if I say, oh, this is a very like dancey round, like Lee's just doing very boogaloo, foundation-y type of steps, right? I think this isn't true, but I think I'm better than Lee at that in this scenario. So I'm going to do that, exactly what he did, and highlight, oh, you did that thing, but I can do it better. And as soon as you start playing this, like this game of poking at the holes in someone's round, then you're on the first step of the way to battle tactics for me. When I battled Harry at Grivinometry, we spoke about it before, funnily enough, and I was like, oh, we've never battled each other. We were just hanging out and we were like, oh yeah, we've never battled each other. And I was like, because Harry's really good at like tuts and lines and stuff like that, which is the stuff that I love doing. And I said to Harry, like, the smart thing is to not do that, because he does it a lot and he's better than me. And even though I love it, I know that he is not only better than me at them, but he has more experience using them in popping battles, right?
I wouldn't agree, but
okay, well, that's nice of you. But so the straightforward way of doing things would be do something that I think Harry isn't good at or doesn't do a lot, right? But I said to Harry, I was like, if I ever battled you, put aside trying to win, like I'd want to do that stuff against you and push you to like do a round more than me, right? And this is something that like Mus had had a mentality about when he was battling where he was like, if I'm going to get smoked, I want to get the front row to like the best round I can.
I like that.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like, if you're against like someone who's really good, it's like, I don't want you to do an average round and maybe, you know, call a tie. I want you to do the best fucking round because I'm at the front of the battle and I get to see you do a sick round, right? So it's like, I'm against Harry and I'm like, I'm going to push you to do tuts because I don't want you to just phone in a round because you can beat me. I want you to do a fucking sick round that I like and go tut for tut or line for line and see who can like
tit for tat.
Yeah, which was what we did. So we did about, and I did a majority round like that, and he also did it back and like pushed it, kind of did what I did and then did more, which was actually kind of like almost like a respectful thing because I had said it. He was like, okay, cool, I'll do that for you. Because what he could have done is like done that and him be like, I'm not wasting my tuts. Like, let me just do a normal round and beat you and then move on, which I would have found like a bit disrespectful of like, oh, come on, bro. Like, at least give me what I wanted if you're going to beat me. But yeah, I think so. Anyway, long answer to the question is like, I think it's just poking holes in the round and displaying what you think is a response to the round in front of you. You did a load of floor work. I'm better than you at floor work, so let's go. You did a load of floor work because you can't do standing up stuff. So I'm going to do standing up stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm going to show you, I'm going to show the judges, hey, he can't do that. Or I'm going to do like a well-balanced round and be like, you only did floor work in your round. Look at all the different things I can balance out in my round so that it shows that you only have one strength and no other, like not a well-balanced breakfast. Do you know what I mean?
That's brilliant.
Yeah.
So yeah, and what we're talking about is discernment, right? It's the ability to make good judgments about things. So we're making good judgments about whether a person has discrepancies within their dance between yours and theirs, or if they're effective or ineffective of how they're dancing, and then how to identify those things and identify what you have that can combat that. Exactly.
Which I think you should always think of yourself as a battler, especially. This is what I always used to love about battling, is like you imagine like yourself having like a backpack on, and it's like in that backpack is all the stuff you train at home. So it's like Pokemon. If you go home and you think of like 3 new floor moves and a new waving combo, it's like, whoop, throw that in the backpack. And then in the battle, what you do is you go, what have I got in here to respond to that? And sometimes you don't have shit. And so sometimes, yeah, like if you're battling some like world-class dancers, you're going to get smoked and you go, I have literally nothing in this fucking backpack that's going to be anything you can do. And I've been in that situation multiple times.
What do you reckon you do?
I just pull out the best thing I've got. I'm like, if I'm going down, I'm going down swinging. Exactly. It's like, I've got this one fucking move is the best move I've got. I'm throwing that move in this round.
What is the best move you've got?
Go on.
Oh, that's an interesting question.
That's a good question.
The best move I've got in popping or in just as a general?
Movement.
I think that little spinny thing where I slide on my knees, that's cool if I time it right.
You reckon, yeah?
Do you know the thing I mean? No, I don't know if you'd have seen it.
I'm not sure.
That, or like, I think I would just try. Oh no, I know what it is my elbowy this round.
Yeah,
that's my go-to. That's my Hail Mary. It's like this like elbowy concept because I know I can do an entire 1 minute round, like fast-paced round and not repeat. So it's like, if I know I'm going to get smoked, or I'm like, I need to win this battle because like I need to get through or whatever. That's probably my Hail Mary thing, is just throw this elbow concept thing. So if you ever see me do that against you, it means I'm desperate as fuck.
You've lost in your mind.
Or I'm like, it's like if I get annoyed and I'm like, oh no, I'm fucking tucking you in. No, even if you're someone that I think I could beat anyway, but you've been an arsehole or something, I'm like, no, you're getting this like, it's worth me taking this thing out of my backpack.
Throwing elbows, buddy.
Yeah, because I want to win this one.
Come on, what's your best move?
Yeah, this is interesting. So your thoughts on because you briefly spoke about it with regards to Dance Your Style in like translating your stuff into like being on a big stage. But how do you think about because you've battled quite a few times in experimental stuff and done decent, I think. No?
Yeah.
Okay, you gave me a funny look.
No, it's like I've probably battled like 5 times total.
Okay, but I mean for people that don't define themselves as like battlers, it's still like you've entered a few.
Yeah.
How do you think about putting your stuff into a battle context? Do you think about it differently, or do you just think, let me do my thing? And
I don't think I got into enough of a flow with doing it to find any techers. I did toy with hitting you up about Dance Your Style, but then that had to be an admission on my part that like I wanted to win and I wasn't quite ready to do that. So I didn't.
Sick.
But I was like, I'm aware that I don't have techers. Like everything that you two are saying makes so much sense to me, but like I have never considered when I've battled.
But it also depends how invested you are in the battles.
Yeah, and I mean, show and prove. I think I think it was like quarters twice, but like I was going to Brewdog next door with row beer in between, so like didn't care much.
just chilling,
but
yeah.
that helped because I was like scared and like, what am I doing here? I'm in my 30s and like this is potentially an absolute mess. Let me go and get a pint. But no, if I do battle again, I'd love to go in with techers, not to win, but just to like have that analysis going on. Whereas I've just been like, let's just see.
Yeah. But I think, it's the same thing with, like, let's say if you're more of a choreographer, or like an artist person that's going into a battle, your priority might be just creating something cool, whether or not you win or lose. It's like, I was really happy with the round that I created. Whereas, say with battlers, when we choreograph routines, we're not thinking about all the things that a choreographer would think about.
Right.
We're just thinking, let's throw together a few eights. So, well, most people are. Let's throw together a few eights so that we can do this 2-on-2. Like, not like, let's think about spacing, or let's think about the levels of the, you know what I mean?
Yes.
It's just like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, that'll do. And then you go in. Like,
There's also, I mean, I think battle techniques make sense. Tactics make sense in experimental, but because it's so much more subjective anyway, it's like the room for comparisons. I don't know. Like when you were talking about the floor work thing, that made a lot of sense because so many of the contempt bods just get really down there and start dusting the rug, dusting the lino and stuff. But and I'll be like, I won't even try going down there then. I will just stand in parallel and do fun things with my hands. And that would probably be, because when I was doing dance your style, my thought was just do like the still, don't stand still, but the still, patient, musical, gestural thing. Because I know when I'm in battle spaces, start doing shit that I've just never done before.
Right.
Amen, yeah. Adrenaline takes over. You just think, let me do this. Halfway through, you're like, what's happening?
Especially when
What am I doing?
if you're trying to get the audience on your side and they're not clapping, you're like, maybe they'll like a backflip.
Oh, that?
It's like, I've never done a backflip in my life, but they might like it if I do.
Like I do when I'm training at home sometimes, but that's
Backflips?
fine. And like, no, not backflips, but like I'll start around with the intent to keep it chill, and then like halfway through it be like, where are you, and like, what are you doing? And then, or like I'll chill out again, I'll be like, oh god, yeah, I'll be crumping, I'll be clowning
That's funny.
to five,
Doo-dum, 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 doo-dum.
and then I'll dial it down and like realize how far away I was from like
Where you started.
where I started or what I was intending. So that was my aim and tactics somewhat, because no one else would be doing that.
Yeah.
I don't think, but I'm not doing it. So
Well,
Yeah.
that is a beautiful segue onto who is doing it.
whoa,
Who is doing it?
Who is doing it?
Dance
who
your
is
style.
doing it?
When is it?
It's
What is
still
it?
hot in here.
What?
Less
what are you
than
talking about?
less than last time.
Less than last time.
You're showing your ankles and your elbows.
Why am I?
That's not what I did.
Yeah, but that's what I'm doing.
Oh. I hope that's not what I did.
All right. So Dance Your Style is this weekend.
Yeah, go on.
There's the qualifier on Saturday,
Is it?
which happens to be the same day as Light Fest.
Oh!
So-
what's a light fest?
Light Fest is both days, Saturday and Sunday. It's a light feet, like I think the Europe's or maybe the world's biggest like light feet battle. It's pretty
Is it?
fucking big, yeah.
Where is it?
Whoa.
Swindon. It's the one Kieran runs.
Isn't that mad that
Yeah.
the world's potentially biggest battle of this
Style.
crazy dance style that everyone loves is in Swindon?
Yeah, that's hilarious.
Excellent.
But I mean, Swindon Dance have been supporting
No
Kieran
offense
for
to
a while.
Swindon, obviously. Big up
Well,
them sugars.
No offense to Swindon Dance. Swindon, the town, is a different story.
Ooh.
So,
Never seen either.
yeah.
Oh, it is.
Like the Indiana Jones films. Don't know about them.
It's a lot like Luton.
Swindon's like Luton. Luton is, like, let's be honest, man. Look, Luton sucks, man. No offense in it, but offense.
I haven't been for years, but it's that energy.
Oh yeah, I'm in Luton.
I don't like
since I was
anywhere that
like
isn't
21.
London.
Oh, do you not like anywhere that isn't London?
I just like saying bold things because it stresses you out. You're like, generalizations? My head! Just like blood.
He got me. That's his battle
tactics.
tactics.
Did that make your ears bleed then?
Say crazy things.
Just like while Lee's popping, I'm like, all t-shirts are bad, and he's like, ah!
That's what you should do.
Yeah,
that'd get me to stop more than being
Or
like,
just
oh, your
use
move was
bad
crap.
grammar.
yeah, yeah.
Bad
Just
grammar.
hold up a sign saying like,
What would annoy
you're
me?
bad.
What would annoy me in a battle?
I think
saying?
what would annoy you, using my battle tactic head on, is just being like loud and rowdy and in your face.
Yeah,
You'd
yeah,
just
I
be
think-
over it. You'd be like,
Yeah.
like I'm a grown up, so shouting at me.
Potentially.
You get if me and Abe were battling you and Robio, you'd get
Oh.
so.
But you know what? I think Robio would like Tali would be a bit like I'm over it, but I think Robio would like find it.
No, we'd probably be
Funny.
too deep in our
Nah, you wouldn't,
connection.
man. We'd be doing whatever you did, we'd do. Whatever you did, we'd start doing.
All right,
What,
so
in a mocking fashion.
Exactly.
the streets need Robio and Tali versus Abe
We
and Lee.
do actually. Do you know,
I'll
like,
I'll film it.
exhibition battle. Set
I'll
it
film
up.
it.
Set it up.
We'd eat you up, man.
Let's go.
I'm up for
8
it.
rounds.
We'd eat you up.
Each.
Easy.
That would be hilarious.
Oh,
I think we should do that. We
I've
should.
not been around you two together.
We are
Oh,
a
God.
nightmare.
Yeah, please.
Only at the
I'll set this
screening
exhibition
thing.
battle up if I don't have to be there.
I don't want to have to be there.
I'll tell you a story about that after.
We'll
I'm
just
wearing
won't show up.
earplugs.
We'll just let Lee and Abe cipher by themselves.
Just we're gonna wear over-ear headphones,
Yo, that would be actually a sick battle tactic. It's like they're laughing and stuff, and you just put in
earplugs.
earplugs and just carry on. All right,
Dance
so
your style. So sorry.
yeah, no, Light Fest is this weekend. It's a Light Feet battle. The main Light Feet stuff is on the Sunday, but on the Saturday they're doing popping and hip hop and some other styles. But the popping and hip hop are it's the last event of the Kingdoms League. So it gives everyone a chance to. I think maybe on that note we should have a look at the Kingdoms League. But a last chance to like kind of get your points and get where you need to be, basically.
And I just saw Matthew's face on Dance Your
Yes.
Style, so I take it he's obviously not going to the Kingdoms League. And how well is he
Exactly.
doing?
So
Where's his points
This is
at?
let's
Who's
so
Matthew?
Omni.
Omnidirectional.
So let's start with popping, right?
Omnipresent.
So Silk
Omniscient.
Boogie, let's go. Should we go top 8? Because
Yeah.
basically with the Kingdom League, whoever lands in the top 8 gets invited to the finals, I think.
Oh.
So
Nice.
so there's like a final event with the top 8 of who's been in the thing.
So you can't just go and do one and then get in.
Well,
fair.
you could, I think, because
it's 12.
is it 12?
Yeah, there's 12 points there. I think it's like 8th position is 12 points. So
Yeah, but Omni is at the moment on 12 points.
yeah, so what I'm saying is if I went and won and I got 10 points, I couldn't get in the top 8.
Ah, got ya. So Silk Boogie is first with 36 points.
Ooh.
Then we have Mechanical second with 30 points.
Oh.
Motherfunk third with 20.
Go motherfucker.
Taiwo with 18. Kazuya with 16. Now, here's the interesting thing.
Here he comes.
Kazuya just left the country.
He just left us.
So Kazuya definitely won't be at this event, but I would imagine he's withdrawn from the league because he's not in the country anymore.
There's a spot open. Hallelujah.
Might slide Lewis in.
Oh,
So-
unless someone else comes and takes 10 points.
So, hey Lee, that's for you. So then G-Man is there with 13 points in 6th place.
Georgie.
Slayer with 12. Omni with 12. And that's the top 8. And then 9th is Tigran Lewis.
Tigran.
And he currently has 9 points.
Ooh,
So as
9.
it stands, if they, I don't know what they're going to do, but if they remove Kazuya from the whole league because he's
outta here.
left, then Lewis Tigran is 8th. Now,
Ooh,
the person just behind him,
just behind him.
Holistic
Holistic.
and DC. I'm not sure who DC is.
I don't know that person.
Holistic and DC both have 8 points.
They have the same.
So if Holistic or DC do well,
Yes.
Lewis doesn't,
Oh dear.
he might get scooped. If both of those don't come, there's a very good chance that Lewis doesn't really have to do much to get into the top 8. Although then you have Dirty Harry with 6, Lauren with 6, and Pegasus with 6. So if Lewis doesn't get through prelims and then they get to semis, then he's scooped. So anyway,
Scooped. Giveth and taketh away.
let's do hip hop real quick. So first place is Kofi with
There you
24
go.
points.
24.
Second place is Proverbs with 18.
18th.
Third is Red from Nottingham with 12.
Well done, Red.
Prilla is 4th with 12 points.
12.
Then we have, oh no, hold on. So Red, Prilla, India, and Chanel all have 12 points.
Ooh.
So
That's a tied
that's the
spot.
top. Yeah, that's numbers 3 till 6. Then you have Lorena and Quake, who are 7th and 8th place, who both have 7 points.
Okie dokie.
Nice.
Who's red?
She's a younger girl from Nottingham. Take one. Very good.
AKA Gary.
And
If you know the
this
reference,
is
just
so
say.
bad of me.
No, it's not.
Tell you.
Well, it depends
But
what you're about to
what-
say. Might be racist.
Ooh,
Imagine.
wouldn't that be what a term?
It just comes out. I was like, well, that is pretty bad of you, actually.
What occurs from here on? Because this is like the
Good question.
Lightfest is the last
one.
And then what?
So then they'll have a top 8 of who's come top 8 in the Kingdom League. From what I know, I don't know how much they've announced yet, but there will be a final event where they invite whoever places in the top 8. They invite those people from both battles. I think they're going to do a guest as well. Or maybe it's like 7 and then a guest or something like that. And then, and then they battle. And there's something that they've like hinted at where they've said you can turn your points into money. So I don't know what that means and whether it's for everyone in the league or only the top 8 that get invited. But there will be a final event and then they'll battle it out to be like the Ultimate Kingdoms League winner. I don't know if how you've placed in the top 8 going into that event would seed how you begin the battles, which would make sense because it's like if Silk Boogie is like 6 points ahead of second place, then for him to just go in the top 8 as a do you know what I mean? As anyone else, it's like, well, how is he any different to Lewis? So you would imagine he's seeded or some sort of handicap based on those wins. I don't know.
I thought it was like a qualifier for like winning it overall was like something international,
No,
but I've
not
just
as
made a link
yet.
that doesn't exist.
It would be, listen, we spoke about this before, but like it would be interesting if they did something that led you on to next year's one. So it was like, you know, everyone that placed in the top 8 is now something, you know, you go into the next year's thing with a advantage
points
or
or something like that.
or you're in a, which I think it's just a lot more organization, but ideally would be that you go into your next year's thing with your own category. So it's like everyone that's come top 8 in an event or something then enters their own category. So then it's like the next year there'll be 16 people in it. The next year there'll be, so then it's like a winners league and anyone can enter league. So that you,
Like it. I'm excited to see what they do with it.
yeah, me too.
Because
Tali's been taking French lessons.
is it? Go on. How do you say bananas are tasty?
No, she just keeps saying interesting. That's
Oh, right. fair
Bananas.
enough.
Banan.
I don't think I even know how to say that.
Is it?
Yeah, that bananas are good. I don't know. I said bananas.
We have an
is
expert.
Good. Bananas is good. Just
How do you say
saying.
bananas?
Oh
are
yeah,
good?
you speak French.
Banana,
How do
what
you
did
say
you say?
that?
Bananas are tasty.
Bananas are tasty.
Les bananes sont.
Les bananes sont
I don't know how to say tasty. Like, en bon goût. Like, taste is not a word.
en bon goût.
En is like have.
You made that sound so like.
Sounded like you said umbongo.
Yeah.
What a great drink.
It's
Do you
not
remember
fun.
it?
It's not.
Yeah.
Umbongo.
Yeah.
Umbongo, they're drinking in the Congo. It's so outrageously inappropriate.
But do they drink? If they do drink it in the Congo,
They don't.
no.
England are wild.
Wild.
Imagine just like some old white guy in a boardroom just being like, "What can we? What rhymes with
There's
mbongo?"
tropical juices in there.
Yeah,
Imagine just someone just coming in. Umbongo,
Where's
umbongo,
tropical?
just sing it
Somewhere-
in the Congo.
yeah.
Gary, great. Write it down. I don't
That's
want to.
hilarious.
Probably Boris Johnson.
All right, so
How do you say it?
yes, there's no
So, les bananes ont bon goût.
Umbongo.
It's like
mbongo.
they have a good taste, but you can't say they're tasty.
Ah.
Because taste is not a word in French.
Do you speak any other languages?
Banan.
So I speak French. I speak
Yeah.
Serbian.
How do you say it in Serbian? You can't say you don't speak the language.
Yeah,
You can't say bananas are tasty. You're not fluent in the
Oh
language.
my god.
You mean that?
It came across heavy, innit? That's convincing.
You meant it. Don't try it.
I'm an actor.
Don't backpedal.
just say
Banane imaju dobarukus.
Davarus.
Tabrukus.
Davarus. That was
Yeah.
brilliant.
Thank you.
God, that's
You do
fantastic.
speak it.
Yeah. Oh,
You
wow.
do.
Validated by Lee. You do.
That's my test.
Let's
Bananas are tasty.
do dance your style guests.
Sorry, yeah, carry on. Yeah. Sorry.
So yeah, so that's Lightfest. That's Kingdoms League. That is this weekend in Swindon. Do check it out if you're trying to get your points up. So meanwhile, on Saturday in London will be the Dance Your Style qualifiers.
Where in London?
I think it's at the Scoop.
Oh, yeah.
which is
Oh,
where
sorry, you said,
Firehouse
yeah.
was,
Yeah.
and then it's the same venue as the Sunday.
Scoop.
And I think how many people are they qualifying? Just one, I think.
How many
I don't
people
know.
are
No.
they qualifying? Like,
Who knows?
Yeah, one.
One. They're doing a whole day event for one person to qualify.
No.
Oh,
7 spots
sorry, that's a
available.
lie. I thought you were
Oh,
talking
seven.
about
There's
the
7 spots available on the live prelims day. So they're going to choose 7 people. So it'll probably be like a prelim and then 2 rounds, basically. So then whoever gets in, whatever. So the invited guests, aka the wild cards,
Woo.
is Matthew, aka Omni.
Booyah.
Love this picture. Love this picture. Taken by someone we know. No permission was asked to someone we know though. But it's all good. I grant you permission. And then Corey D, who is
It's Corey D.
I don't actually know
She's
her. Do you know her?
She's sick, yeah?
Yeah.
What does she do?
What does she
She's
do?
like,
Why is she sick?
She's doing like Afro styles.
Is it?
Oh, I actually do think I
Oh,
know
I know
her.
Corey D.
She's
Oh, well, there you go
really,
then.
really good.
Wait, let me see.
So we all know her. All of us that said we didn't know her.
Well, at least I know the name. Maybe
Yeah.
maybe I've met her before. I'm pretty sure I am.
Then we have Monsieur Kane, who has been very active for the last couple of years.
Yeah, he's been doing very well for himself.
He also assures me, because we keep bringing it up, not because he didn't assure me because we keep bringing it up, but
Yeah.
we do bring it up. But he said he is trying to get out of the country and go travel and battle and stuff, which I think would be great.
Fantastic.
I think he's just waiting on some like logistical things to come through for him to be able to get out there. But yeah, we wish you the best of luck out there, Kane.
He'll do very well.
Yeah, I think he will.
Yeah.
Yara Revlon, Voga.
Who's that?
I know House of Revlon.
He's great.
House
Yeah.
of
From what I've
Revlon.
seen.
It's
yeah.
I think I don't know who else is in it.
Faye.
But
Yeah.
I feel like she left. I don't know, Fate Revlon. Did she just join a new house? I don't. The Vogue scene is its own thing.
I would love to chat with someone who's in the whacking/Vogue scene.
Yeah.
Listen to the pod.
Yes.
Oh yeah. You would if you haven't listened to that one. I
You'll
think you'd
really
like
enjoy
it.
But I
it.
just got a bunch of my own questions.
Ah, fair.
They might be answered in the pod.
True. We did
Listen
go
to
over a
the
lot
pod.
of stuff.
I refuse now.
Okay.
You do, don't you? Don't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
You're like, what to do?
Um,
That's why we're friends. I'm the same.
Good old Lauren Scott
Oh yeah.
Whoa.
will be there.
Yeah, she's very good.
Some guy I haven't heard of called Dylan Mayoral. Not
Oh, yeah.
sure who he
NFT
is.
man, baby.
Nifta.
And
Paradox's
then-
wife.
And then Curtis Swift from Homebros.
Nice.
So
Yes.
we have, let's go style wise. We have Pop In,
Animation.
animation, dance hall. No, not dance hall. Afro. Sorry. Although who's to say? Maybe they do both. Kane does hip hop, Vogue, another popper or a popper because other ones does animation. Dylan, who's to say what style he does? He does
Plethora.
a plethora. That's the word I was looking for.
Plethora is great.
And then Homebros, Curtis Swift, who does Afro. So it'd be interesting to see who qualifies because,
And me.
well,
oh no!
that's weird. Your face isn't on there.
My
What
face
style
is
would you
not
have
on there.
quantified yourself as?
I was asked, but I think it was for internal uses as opposed to publicly say. I don't know. I hate that question.
Sorry.
No, I hate having to answer that question
Right. Yeah.
specifically.
Go on. All right.
Because I guess it's only if you enter stuff, then you kind of have to define yourself. But if you don't enter battles, then it doesn't come up as often that you have to define yourself by a style.
No, like I don't mind having to like write copy about it, but like a word,
Yeah,
What's right copy? What does that mean?
like a
like description, like a
Right.
paragraph about
For like
Yeah.
a job or something?
yeah.
All right.
But experimental,
free movement.
I'm seeing that. I've seen whose class is no shade.
Free movement.
There's someone's called movement, but like movement, like meant, like it meant something.
Interesting.
He
I,
loved that.
I don't like.
He loved that.
I don't like. What do you
Can't
call
remember
that?
whose it was.
Not wordplay, but like when something means another thing. Like when it's like
I know what you're saying. I
yeah,
don't know what- I don't know
movement,
what
but
the-
you're like putting another word. So it's like move, like
double entendre.
history or her story. I'm like, oh,
Is that what it is?
like
Oh, that one.
yeah, it's just like just say women's history. Like what?
Yes. Yeah, I hear
That's
it.
not a word. Like
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
history wasn't invented with like I get policeman, policewoman, police
folk.
officer to be gender neutral, but
Oh, officer.
history isn't a gendered word. So don't say her story. It's just like
But even if it was,
it's just douchey.
Just I think just context at the time. Like if it's not used that way anymore, you know, just don't worry about it.
Just don't worry about
But yeah, I don't know what to call it.
But it'd be interesting to
Anymore.
see.
Unfree movement.
restricted by the style.
Stuck with you, didn't
Yeah.
It really bothered me.
But like I'd say as opposed to restricted by the style.
Certain people say what they call
Yeah, there you go.
It's like,
by the style.
yeah.
You
So
still
like,
free movement within the style, right?
well, yeah, but that's like saying you can say any word within the English language. It's like,
What are you talking about?
You're bothered.
it's like if you're speaking English, there's a restriction on the words that you can say. Otherwise, you're not speaking English anymore. Which was, funnily enough, before you say anything, was your point last week about moves. Because after a certain point, you're not doing the move anymore. You said, and then you said a green thing, and it hits in the middle, and then there's a thing, and
I
then
didn't say you
like,
weren't doing it. The move. I said you weren't doing it.
I hope there's a clip where he says exactly that, so I can clip it in here.
Absolutely. I've said this idea
Just
so
like
many
with a
times.
slow motion replay.
So many times. It's not. I didn't say you weren't doing the move. The implication was that you weren't doing the move well or in a way that we could connect with.
Get it right, get it tight.
Okay, but basically my point is, if you're said you can say
What's the
anything,
point, bro?
it's like say anything you want, but speak English. You can't say anything you want then.
Yeah, but I mean, like, but even if you're speaking, it's like.
Yeah, of course you can have freedom within speaking English, but
Yeah,
that's
but then you could. But there's also you can do the other way, and like if you're saying that you can have freedom within a style, you can also have restrictions outside of a style. You're still
For sure.
dancing.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You can't like have free movement if you're not moving. So the
Who called it that? That started something.
yeah. No, but I think it's like a contextual thing. If you're in a battle where everybody's being asked to define their style, and you say, "Well, I do free movement," it's like you're saying, I'm dance outside of a style."
Oh, is that the implication?
I think so.
Yeah.
Oh,
In this
okay.
context, it's like, what would you label something in a battle where everybody's labeling their style?
Oh, okay, fair. I didn't understand it as that.
Oh.
Yeah.
What Luke said.
But yeah, so then that's where I would say free movement.
Strong
Obviously, you
5
can
ago.
have.
Huh?
You
Yeah,
said that a strong 5 minutes ago.
Who said that?
You did.
you?
I think so.
Yes.
Oh, did you?
About not being restricted to the style.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear it straight away, guys. Fucking hell.
Are you alright, Lee?
More to BBs.
Don't gaslight
No,
me
they're
just
called
because I'm
Fifi
asking
Blues.
questions. I don't gaslight.
Stop learning words.
Oh, is that a new...
I learned
that
it off
new
the
in
Amber
your-
Heard thing. Yeah.
Oh, did you?
But I know what gaslighting is now, and you can't do it to me.
Someone I know was
identify it.
using it where like gassed should go. And I was just like,
Oh, that was a sick song.
Wrong.
On
Sick.
gaslighting.
I'm
Wrong.
gaslit.
yeah.
Sick.
Well, because you're gassed and you're lit. So it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, I was like, hey.
Yo, if you're like proper turn up,
Hey.
you're like, yeah, I'm gatless.
I let it go a couple times. Oh, I missed it.
Gas. I just fumbled over that word. Gas list. Gas lit.
Am I on the gas list? When I do a night, like a club night,
Gas
that's
lit.
what it's going to be called.
Gas lit.
Gaslit.
No, the gas list.
Gas
like the
list.
guest list's going to be
Or
called
like
the
it.
gas
I
Oh,
like
like
gas
it.
lit.
Gas lit, yo.
Yeah. Let's reappropriate that word. All right, so that's Dance Your Style. Do we have any? I mean, obviously we've got 7 invites still. Do we have any guesses of who might win? I have a feeling we're not going to see some of the people on the Kingdoms League because that might be more important to them
Yeah.
than Dance Your Style. Although, because the thing is, Kingdoms League, if you place in the top 8, you're invited and you can do more shit. Dance Your Style, if you don't win it, the winner I think goes to South Africa, which is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
But if you don't win, if you don't think you're definitely going to win, you might go Kingdoms
Yeah, yeah,
League.
yeah.
Which is super cool that the Kingdoms League had created something within a year that competed with Red Bull Dance Your Style.
That is very true. I hadn't thought about that. Good shout.
That's very
that
cool.
it's like it happened on the same day, and it. I mean, we're saying this before it's happened, but hasn't ruined the attendance at their event. Everyone's still like, "Well, this is a fucking choice to make." Not like,
Yes.
I'm not going to
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
You know?
yeah.
Which
that's
is
true.
a really good commentary on being able to reward and engage the people that are participating in your product, right? So like they've built this thing, this commitment or this empathy over a course of a year where people are like
Invested.
invested so much so that even when Red Bull comes on, they're like, you can go to South Africa. People are like, but I'd rather go Swindon.
Yeah, that's true. That's a good shout. So I think, like, let's say we're definitely
I
not
need
going to
to
see
be marketing
Omni,
people.
so he's forfeiting that last. He's on 12 points, so he's forfeiting that pretty much.
Who?
Omni.
Oh, Omni.
Omni's pretty much forfeiting his place in the top 8.
Is it?
Because he's on
I'm gonna go snap it up.
He's on 12, and then basically anyone from Pegasus, Lauren, Lauren as well, but she wasn't in the top 8. But let's say like Pegasus, Harry, DC, Holistic, Tigran, any of them do mildly well, and they're going to get more than 12 points, I think.
It's crazy.
I bet that was quite a frustrating thing for him because they weren't clashing at one point. Like the dates in the mix
They've
for Dance
changed.
Just, they've changed. So
Yeah. Yeah, I have a feeling we're not going to see, like, for example, G-Man. He's like 6th place, but he's on 13 points. So he could easily get knocked down. So I don't think we're going to see G-Man at Dance Your Style, for example. Someone like Silk. Thing is, he could forfeit it and still be in the top 8. But I think he's competitive enough that he's going to want to maintain that.
He wants
place.
to beat Mechanical.
Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Yeah, so he's not going to... And I
Is
don't
there-
think we'll see
sorry, go
Mechanical
on.
either. Just because...
Let's see, who else, sorry?
I don't think we're going to see Silk, Mechanical... I don't know-
Swindon?
At Dance Your Style.
Oh, right.
Lucia, I think, I don't know, because she's already 3rd, so she could not come and still be in the top 8 and do well at Dance Your Style. She did
would
it
do
last
well.
year.
Yeah,
She was an invite, I think. So, I mean, yeah, it could... You to what? Oh, okay, cool. We're going to be done in a few minutes anyway.
Is there a general consensus among like the kind, not people that you mentioned specifically, but just the general
Sophia, can you throw him the fob? Lee, just take the fob.
battle scene?
Yeah.
Like, do they rate Dance Your Style, or is it like a mixed bag?
I think it's, from my perspective, and this is like mixing with my opinion, but I think people do like it because it's a really big, like, kind of in a way prestigious thing, especially when you have these brands attached to it, and it's like really well publicized. Like, we see who wins all over the world. You get to go to South Africa. It's a fairly well organized day, and like you get free clothes and blah blah blah. So it's kind of like a thing to do.
Yes.
Also, it's free.
Also, it's free, and it's like, yeah, it's quite a fun, nice thing to be involved in, especially if you win. It's even better. I don't know that anyone considers it a you're the best dancer of the year kind of thing, in the same way that, like, if you won UK B-Boy Champs, you're probably you're considered at least like one of the best B-Boys that year.
Yes.
But like with it's like, we know it's a different format, there's different music, like it's not, you very rarely get to do like your style in its purest form. Like what are the chances that someone like Lauren is going to get like a straight popping song in Dance Your Style? Probably not. It's going to be something.
Did you see any of the promo videos?
No, I don't think it's out yet.
But it's this weekend
I think it's coming out
It's in 2 days, yeah.
tomorrow or Friday.
for the thing on the next day. Do you know what I mean?
I mean,
Also, they released the date like quite late.
Yeah.
I think. Like, it
Yeah, I
was only,
thought
like-
that.
yeah.
Okay.
I will
Say less,
say
say
that
less.
the promo's been a bit last minute, but there's no but. It just has been last minute. But I mean, I guess if they still get the turnout, they still get the turnout. It's either a move of absolute confidence or a move of last minute.comness.
Did you talk about Summer Dance already? Yeah.
No, that's where we should probably end on. Welcome back, Lee. We
Big up Jevon, bruv.
Yeah, so I think we should.
Summer dance.
Yeah, I think we should shout out.
Are you not supposed to have been out here already?
Yeah.
Ah.
I need to leave like 20 minutes or so.
Okay.
Oh, you're
He
knocking
is
over
sick,
everything.
Yeah, can I shout out?
Well, let's go through everyone who. So, first of all, this last weekend, there was a lot of fucking
Do it
shit that
again.
happened, right? So, I mean, there is a post on the capsule about this, but let's start UK wise. So, Karam won a B-boy battle in New York City, which is dope.
Lovely.
Come on.
There was a guy called Tahoe. Did we figure out where he's from?
I have his Insta.
He has these flags. Go flags.
Let me see. All right.
Oh, hip hop.
Also, that might be his country of origin,
one
not
looks
necessarily
like
where he
Dubai.
lives.
That one on the left. That one in the middle looks like Pakistan. And the one on the right looks like
Is it?
4 stamps.
Cool. Well,
I could be wrong about all of those. But like
potentially. Or is that Egypt? No, Egypt.
Maybe Egypt, Jordan, or Dubai. They have very. I think Egypt has some.
It looks like he speaks French because
Yeah.
on his highlights,
And maybe
like, the things are
Moroccan.
in French.
Well, shout out to Tahoe because he was at.
Algerians speak French,
He
right?
won a battle at. It's called Level Up, and then he also won Culture Crossover and beat Ice in the finals to a UK song. So he did good to be able to do that. He's a good dancer. I don't know if he's moved here or whatever. Jordan. Okay. And then G-Man and Ice won the Culture Crossover 2v2. There was a battle called Fresh Skills. Where was that?
Manchester.
In Manchester. Hazardy won and Lightfoot and Malone from Primal Instincts won the 2-on-2. Spin to Sin was in Dundee.
Yes.
Yes, in Scotland. Scotland?
Jordan and Algeria.
And Ilya won. I don't think he's from here though, Ilya. He's from another country maybe.
Maybe Russia.
I don't know. Yeah.
Sounds like a Russian name. I don't know.
And then Tigran won Kazuya's leaving jam. So shout out to Kazuya, who's leaving the country. He's been here for a while, was in the popping scene pretty heavy. Lovely guy. And he had a leaving jam and they did a little battle as part of it. And Tigran won. So congrats to him for that.
It's selfish.
Good warm up for, it's like, fuck your leaving jam. I win. I don't think Kazuya entered.
All right.
Imagine getting beaten in the top 16 at your own jam. So then Summer Dance and Fusion Concept were the same weekend. So I'll start with Fusion Concept because we have a guy from UPG.
What's a UPG?
It's a crew of like a lot of the youngers, like Kane's in it, Gaz, all those guys, and a guy called D Nice.
D Nice. Why is that so
who
sick?
I think is from Birmingham.
Oh, is that
Got
Denise?
through. He's in I'm gonna probably fucking butcher what I'm about to say, but he's in a crump fam, and by
Sounds so old.
sniper, I guess. I don't know. I'm like, these young'uns have their Are you alright, mate?
Yeah.
Oh fucking hell! I'm trying to explain fams here. I'm so young and hip and with the kids.
Oh.
That is the most like dramatic thing I've seen you do. That was brilliant.
Funny.
You're right. So D Nice is also called Kid Sniper. He's in Sniper's fam. So he went to France to Fusion Concept.
Oh my god, I'm hot.
And was paired up with another crumper, I think, from the Sniper worldwide, I guess, family, right? So they joined up, and it's his first time battling overseas, and his fucking Fusion Concept is huge.
Yeah.
Got through to the top 16, and then got through to the top 32. And then won their first battle, lost in the top 16, and if they had won that, they would have been through to the main stage on the second day. So they did a fucking good job for having never, battled outside.
Big up
or
D
whatever.
Nice.
Yeah, that's really dope.
Sniper
So I wanted to
fan.
shout him out. Then we have Summer Dance. So UK representative wise, Bagsy got through in Whacking.
Yeah.
I don't know actually who he lost to in the end, but he's been through quite a few years in Summer Dance, I believe.
Yeah.
House, we had Jevin. It's not Jevin?
It's Jevin.
Nope.
Jevin. Yeah, I knew that. Sophia is Jevin, God.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh, she didn't know either.
No, I didn't know.
I only know that because I met
Jevin.
Kev's properly
Jevin.
last week.
okay.
Yeah.
Jevin, Frankie, Troy, and Joel.
Yeah.
I think Jevin lost first round. Frankie and Joel battled each other.
Frankie
went
won.
to a tie round, and then Frankie won. I don't know who Troy lost to, but like for them all to get through is fucking dope. And it's like for the minimal house dances that we have in this country compared to the other styles, it's like that's like fucking 40% of all the house dances in the UK got through
Having like
in Summer Dance. Like,
having like in the house get through.
yeah, it's like
it was
there's not many people that was left to get through in that style.
Yeah.
So it's like even if we have a smaller house scene than the other styles or than some of the other styles,
Yeah.
they're fucking strong dancers. And they do, all of those guys travel a lot and stuff, so they're more involved in the worldwide scene than just the UK scene, which I think benefits them a lot.
Any lockers?
I don't think any lockers entered even from the UK.
No.
I don't know who even would enter that lockers that battle.
And then
Marvel got through in Pop-In and lost to
Jin, I think it was.
Jin after beating Rashad Pop.
Yeah. Performed very well.
Yeah, who did great. And it's nice to see him kind of back battling. It's been fucking years since he's battled.
3 years?
3 years or something.
2 or 3 years, I think.
Yeah. And Breaks and Brooke also had a very good time at Summer Dance the last time they entered, where they all got through to the battle in the judges.
Yes.
So shout out to them. There was quite a few UK poppers that went as well that entered.
Sean Breaks, Pressure, Taiwo.
Yeah.
Motherfunk.
Motherfunk
went. Yeah, Motherfunk went.
Gabby entered Pop In. Dylan entered Pop In and Hip Hop.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then Hip Hop, no one entered from the UK, as far as I know.
Is it?
Did anyone do Theatre Forever?
I don't think so.
From the UK.
Not from the UK.
There were some Swiss people.
Woo!
Is it? Who are
Well, it's
they?
not a Swiss podcast, is it? I'm joking.
God.
Go on.
What are their names?
It was Matthew and what's the other guy name? David. Yeah, Cooper.
Sick.
Yeah.
This isn't UK based, but did you see that the Rugged State Shift show got nominated for best choreography alongside our fave Crystal Pite?
Oh, fucking hell.
For a big
Is State Shift the
Dutch
one
dance
that
prize.
they brought here?
The Lee and Roy one. The Lee and
flexible
Roy
one.
duet, and then the no, that's February. That's Roy and Simon. Roy and Lee.
I don't think I've seen that.
It hasn't been here yet.
Oh, that's why.
And
But that's fucking sick.
Sky Chief does a solo.
Oh my god. So it's 3 of them total in there.
I take it that's really good.
Like Crystal Pite is
when
like
it comes, it's just got to be seen. And Crystal Pite is like top,
one
top,
of the world's
top
best.
tier.
Like,
Amazing.
yeah.
So good. Nominated for best choreography.
Oh my god. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Well done.
Congrats,
As a
guys.
sidebar, that's nothing to do with UK street dance culture, but we love the Rugged.
We do love the Ruggeds. They're
Yeah, I think everyone has a bit
honorary
of a
guests.
soft spot in their hearts for Ruggeds.
Yeah, why are they so handsome? I mean, nice.
They're like the
They
United
are very
Colours of
handsome.
Benetton
I don't know what that means.
as a crew. It's like multi-cut, like
different cultural backgrounds.
cultural backgrounds.
Right, I don't.
That's got to be
I don't
one of the
know.
handsomest crews.
Oh no, they are.
Yeah, it's like I remember
Who else is more
the last theatre
handsome
show-
as our entire crew?
last theatre show that we went to go watch them in that one. I remember thinking, is it a requirement that you have to be good looking?
Yeah, it's how I used to
be in
feel
there?
when I
No, I
used
think
to
it
when I
is.
first started going Joe and the Juice.
Who's Joe?
Oh yeah, because
The
all their
juice bar, because it was
baristas
only
are-
guys
yeah.
for a while,
Yeah.
and like they're all like just stereotypically good looking, like Abercrombie type
Yeah.
vibes, like back in the
Right.
day.
I think
But
that's the
a
thing.
lot of them have known each other since they were tiny, so it wasn't like you're hot, come through.
Imagine it's like at like 14, they're like, listen, like we're gonna have a crew when we're older, and you're not good looking enough to be.
Yeah,
in it."
imagine it's like that growth spurt's not gone
It's
well,
not a good shade on you.
so you can't be in the crew.
That's I mean,
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of other crews that are as good looking as them. I mean, obviously UMA blow them out of the water, but no, there isn't. They're a very good looking crew. Well done, Ruggeds. Anyway, so we're gonna have to wrap there
Paintings
because
galore.
your boy's got shit to do.
Wrap
and
it up.
This always drags.
I thought actually,
Go on.
I feel like there's something to like arrive at to help us like end podcasts. Like, I don't know, everyone's like, oh, I'm reading this at the minute, or there's this film I've seen, or just something from the week that we all know, oh, we've arrived here, we're ending, so we don't do our hour of shit talking.
I think the biggest issue that we have as a podcast is that we make these decisions
collective.
while recording and never talk about them ever outside
Yes.
of like all our
Process.
structural decisions have been live on the podcast.
Can we do the Abba and Preach thing where we just say, all right, laters, and we just end it?
it's a podcast. If you're not contributing to the conversation, shala.
Well,
Yeah.
I've got the headphones on. What am I meant to do? Listen to what?
He wants
Us.
us to end.
You both
now.
tell me about a
Please
film I
over
haven't
it.
seen.
He
Jesus.
wants us to. He wanted us to when he said, "Shall we just say we're done and then
Yeah,
be
he
done?"
wanted it.
He
Okay,
wanted
I
that
don't
to
know
be
what
the
all of
end.
this was
Do you want
about.
to say it again?
All right, but
Say it
that
again.
was
Go on,
completely
say again. No,
unnecessary.
Say it
we'll
again.
end on you. Go on.
This is that gaslighting.
What?
What they do is they antagonize people and then they downplay their involvement in it.
Are we done?
Go on, finish
Yes,
it.
we're done. Let's leave. He said he needed to leave. Why are we still here?
I do need to leave.
Are they? Can I drop it?
I think it's going to
Yeah,
have cut.
no, you can
by
drop
now.
it.
See?
No, you can drop it from a normal height if you want. This might be a post-credit scene. I was going to do that in last week's. No, you could just drop it normally. if you're gonna mic drop, commit to it. All right, let's go. Fuck this. Love you guys. Have a good week. Bye.